Hello, this is the Teaserking coming to you with my first couple of picks for 2011. This is for the first week in college. You can go to my site www.teaserking.com and you can get all the trends of the teams. I talk about play and play against. Play means you go with the team. Play against means you go against the team. So if I say play Ohio State, that means you take, if they're laying 10, you cut them to 4. If I say play against a team like Ohio State, they're laying 10, you would take the 16. That's just what I mean in my trend section. Please, if you have questions or comments you understand, just send me an email there. There's my email there, or leave me anything here, a comment, and I'll get back to you. But when you're dealing with teasers, you can go with or against the team. And that's what I mean. But I have all the trends out there. Just hit the trend box and you'll see all the trends up there that are meaningful. I don't put every team up there because if it's a 60% trend, it's not really worth it. I'll put out 80 to 90% trends where the team is 16-3 as a road dog. That's meaningful, and that's a good betting tip for you on that team. I'd like to talk to you. The first game is the University of South Florida traveling to Notre Dame. What I've done on this game is looked at Cincinnati's old trends, and they're a very, very strong home favorite. They are, with Brian Kelly, well, it's kind of mixed up with the last year, but with Brian Kelly they were 4-1 at home as a favorite. Brian Kelly is a very good home favorite and a very good, they were over 80% with the trend in a teaser at Cincinnati the couple of years he was there. He's a very good home favorite, and he's got the quarterback Dane Chris back. He's got 17 starters back, and this is a game he does well in as a home favorite. Very good at home, very good in the favorite role. He's got a good offense, so they'll run up the score. USF, I don't like their quarterback. BJ Daniels is not accurate. He had 11 touchdowns and 13 interceptions last year, and he runs the ball a little bit. So I look at Notre Dame to kind of keep him in the pocket and then make him a passer, and then he's less dangerous. I like Skip Holtz as the coach at USF, but not in this game. Maybe in conference in the Big East. It's still a weak conference. They don't win that. They pull a few upsets at home. They went to Auburn and won a game, also going on the road to win. But that was with the other coach, Jim Leavitt. I look for Notre Dame to win this game by probably about 14 to 17 points. My play is to take Notre Dame. They're laying 10 down to 4. Brian Kelly will outcoach them, and Dane Chris will throw for big yardage. USF really has problems against passing teams like Cincinnati and Pittsburgh in the conference. They could beat teams like West Virginia, who was more of a running team and ran that option. They have speed, but against these passing teams they have difficulties with. So that's what I like about this play, is Notre Dame's coming on. They should be a top 10 team this year with Brian Kelly. They have the quarterback, he's there. So I just look for this game to be not easy for Notre Dame, but something that they'll put them away 14 to 20 points, somewhere in that neighborhood. We're betting the coach, we're betting the quarterback. I think Dane Chris is just a better quarterback than BJ Daniels, and I just don't like BJ Daniels. South Florida is not a bad road dog, but I think that Notre Dame winning by 2 or 3 touchdowns is much more obvious. I don't think USF can pull the upset here. I don't think they're that strong. They've lost too much on defense. I don't like their quarterback. I just think for those reasons it's key. Let me give you an example. South Florida at Florida lost 38-14 last year, and They've had trouble at Pitt. They lost 41-14 in 09. And against Cincinnati, they lost at home 34-17 in 09 to Brian Kelly. And to Brian Kelly in 08, they lost to Cincinnati 24-10. So Brian Kelly knows how to play him. Last year doesn't count because Brian Kelly wasn't there. They did win at Cincinnati, but it's a different different team. But against Brian Kelly, he beat them both times at Cincinnati, and this is definitely their weakness. And if we look at Notre Dame, I mean, this would be a team. I don't know who you'd compare them to. Maybe Pitt. They beat Pitt at home 23-17. They beat Utah. Maybe it's compared to Utah 28-3. So Notre Dame's coming on. I just like Notre Dame in this game. At home, Dane Chris, Brian Kelly, 17 starters back. I'll name the score, 35-14 Notre Dame. My second game, there's a couple of games I really like. Let's go with San Jose State at Stanford. Absolutely, Stanford laying 27 with Andrew Luck, and absolutely love Stanford in this game, laying 21. San Jose State will probably start a new quarterback who's a sophomore or a freshman, and I just look for them just to be overmatched. I think Stanford's got something to prove without Jim Harbaugh. I don't think they lost that much talent that they can't stay on the same level they were at. Real quickly, Stanford is they have 11 returning starters, but Andrew Luck is one of them, and Stephen Taylor, the running back, is another one. And as long as you have Andrew Luck back, that's okay. Their new coach was their offensive coordinator there, and with Harbaugh at San Diego. I don't see their offense really dropping much. He was calling the plays anyway. It's tough to lose to Jim Harbaugh, but as long as they have Andrew Luck and the nucleus of the team back, I just look for them to just blow them out, put up a 50 on this team. And San Jose State's just terrible on the road. So let's quickly look at the trends in the game. Apologize for having to look. When we go to Stanford as a home favorite, Stanford is 3-2 last year, 8-3, 10-3 the last 3 years. So if we just go back to 08, they're 10-3 as a home favorite. Overall, they're 30-7 since 2008 in a teaser. And if we go back to 09, they're 20-5 in a teaser. And last year they were 9-3. So if we go back to 09, they're 20-5 in a teaser. And 8-3 at home favorite, usually because they're favored by 20 or 30 points and they win, by less. But they, they proved it last year, beating SC. The only loss was to Oregon that they had a big lead in. That I was shocked that the Oregon came back so quickly, and there was a couple of bad calls in the game that Stanford could have had 2 more touchdowns there that were called back. So that was their only loss, was to Oregon. Going against Stanford at home, 2-3 last year, 5-6 since 09, and 5-8 since 08. You really don't want to go against Stanford at home. They're a very good home favorite, and they will play very, very well here. San Jose State, conversely, against as a road dog. San Jose State going against them as a road dog is 9-3 since 09. But here's the trend that I love is if you go against San Jose State since 09, you're 19-3, 86%. If you go against them since 08, they're 13-3 as a road dog, 27-6 overall. And since 06 as a road dog against San Jose State, so if you teased against them, 22-5, which is 81%. They do not play well as a road dog, and that's mostly in the WAC against the Boise States, the Fresno States, and Hawaii, and Idaho, and Nevada. Now they're talking about Stanford here. So I look for Stanford to put up a 50 or more on them. Luck will have a big day. and I don't think Stanford or San Jose State with a new freshman quarterback is going to put up 10 points. I mean, it'll be a punt return or kickoff return. How San Jose State's going to score. Stanford's going to score it well. They have something to prove. They want to go undefeated. They have a very good team. They didn't lose Andrew Luck. Yes, it was hard to lose Jim Harbaugh, but I think they have the team that knows how to win now. And I think they'll beat Oregon at home, and they can beat USC. They've beaten them all the time. And they've beaten Cal, and Cal's not as strong this year either. So I look for Stanford to have a really, really good year, and this will be a blowout game. They're as I tried to explain in other videos, when the big team, the Pac-10 team, Stanford's playing this WAC team, the team like Stanford knows they have to win the game because they usually have a tough schedule. And when you have a tough schedule, you've got to get your wins when you can. I mean, they want to win every game, of course, but they go, well, we might lose to USC, we might lose to Oregon, Arizona State, so let's win these games. So they really focus on winning these games, putting a big number, getting higher in the ratings. And their new coach is an offensive-minded coach, so I look for big scores from them. So my first teaser will be, I love Notre Dame laying 4 points, take them from 10 to 4. They will win the game, not easily, but it'll be a 14, 20-point win. And Stanford to put up a 50 on San Jose State, win the game by 35, 40 points. San Jose State will not have an offense, and Stanford with Andrew Luck will just march up and down the field. So those are my first two kind of not lock teasers, but I think I will lock Notre Dame and Stanford. I might also lock Hawaii and maybe Texas. I'm not sure yet. I haven't made that decision. Also in the Boise State-Georgia game, I love the dog in that game. There's really not the trends favoring Georgia here. It's more of a trends favoring Boise. But sometimes you gotta. That's why I don't just look at the trends. I think it'll be a close game, but I like Georgia plus the 9. But not as strong as I like these two games. These are the games that you put in a lot of teasers. You might put 10 units on the teaser, Notre Dame and Stanford. You might put Notre Dame in a teaser with Texas. You might put Stanford in a teaser with Hawaii. You might put them both in a teaser with A&M. There's a lot of. That's how I play my teasers. I put that strong team, Notre Dame, in 3-4 teasers, Stanford 3-4 teasers. Then I only have to be right on the other one. So that's how I play teasers. I've been very successful with it. Anyway, I hope you have a good first week. We'll start hitting the pros. They start the week after. Again, you want to never take these starting quarterbacks that are new, sophomores or freshmen, especially on the road. Watch the Texas Christian Baylor game, but do not play TCU. It's normally, I love TCU. That's a game I'm going to watch. Maybe the new quarterback will be okay. He's not a freshman or a sophomore, so I'm sure he'll be okay, but he's new, and it's going to take him a couple of weeks. It's a revenge game for Baylor. I think TCU blew him out last year. Robert Griffin's still the quarterback at Baylor. They're not that bad. It's not like old Baylor where they're always in last place. That's a game I would watch. I really don't love, the trends are all TCU, but I got to be careful. And the same thing with the Boise State. The trends are all Boise, but it's at Georgia. It's not at Fresno State, so you got to be careful there. And other new quarterbacks, you just got to be careful on. Hard to, you got to watch some of these week ones. Rice has a new quarterback against Texas. We love Texas there, but you got to be careful. The Fresno State Cal game, they both have new quarterbacks. I look for Cal to get better this year, but I don't know what it is. They can't get over the hump. They have a very good team, but they never have a great team. And Fresno State's well coached. So just watch the quarterbacks the first couple of weeks. Give them 3-4 weeks. When you see them starting to go in stride, more in the conference is when you play them. They'll throw a lot of interceptions, and that always, causes defeat. So you got to be careful. Avoid the new quarterbacks. In another video, I listed them, so you know who it is, and just be careful. Also, watch new coaches. Minnesota, Colorado. Some of these teams have new coaches. Watch out for Ohio State this year. They're not. They would have won the Big Ten for sure with Pryor and Trussell. Without them, just watch them a few games, see what happens.